Hi everyone and welcome to High Tech Investments News Report for Week 7. We will as usual share any links in the description below the video, that way you can always follow up any detail later. We hope you will enjoy this news feed, and look forward to your comments and remarks. But before we switch over to the news studio, please make sure you give that like button a click and don't forget to subscribe and keep the notification bell turned on. So, without further ado, let's go to the news studio. Today's presenter is Mr. Bo Schoening Larsen. Bo, over to you.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report. We have plenty of news. We have a couple of new videos also that we have released this week, and we have plenty of positive news, all-time highs, and a bit of feedback also on the AI marketing platform. So stay tuned. There is plenty to come. The first part that we would like to start with here today is the new project that we have just launched this week, Paraiba. So this is another investment platform that you have basically 5 different ways to make passive income profit. And this company here is actually growing fast. So just before we started the new studio taping here today, so we figured out that it's no longer a $400 million company. It's actually accelerated and is now a $500 million company. So everything goes very fast. This company has its own bank. It has its own crypto exchange and obviously also trading, which we are part of it. And there's much more to this particular company. So go and have a look at the video. So the links and the descriptions is below as always. An extra little bonus regarding this company here is they currently have a challenge, and that means that if you do new deposits, so before the end of March basically, so if you can have first liners up to 25,000 and your downline up to 50,000, you will be in the pool where you can go and meet the CEO for this particular company. Obviously we would like to do that, so this is part of the building team efforts that we're going to do. But on the other hand, you can actually do it yourself also. It does require a bit of extra money, of course, to do this on your own, but it's definitely possible. More about Paraiba is as usual on our homepage here, and there's also on how to get started a couple of PDFs. And the most important thing with this company here is you start your KYC, so make sure you get this done. They are normally quite fast. It takes 24 to 48 hours, and then you are up and running and you can start depositing in there. Apart from this, we could go over to our old friends in DealNotes, and they are doing quite well. So they are definitely getting most out of the crypto market at the moment. So this week we came in with 2.2%, and that has definitely also been a while since we saw that. Last week they did 2%, so obviously February looks to be an excellent month, even though it's a bit shorter than the rest of them. It looks like we're going to have a very good profit this month. And I think the DealNotes team is also excited themselves. They just posted out this weekly profit chart, so for 2022. And what we haven't seen before here actually is the last week of January, which is very, very close to the 3% mark. It's always so that you only get the first 3 weeks and then you get the final results. So obviously we can calculate where we end up. So, but they have decided to show us this week, and obviously because these are very nice and high profits, so week by week, definitely it's worth sharing. What is also going quite well is Elevate Pass. So this is now 3rd week in a row where we're getting 2.0%. So good solid results from them all the way through. We are quite happy with what they have done for us so far. And if we have a quick look at where we started, so we started about a month ago, and we started with about 55 packs, and this has now turned into more than double that amount, so in a short period of time. It looks quite well. So the cashback bonus, so it's up to about $90, and the team bonus is obviously the high one, as you also bring new team members in and they do their reinvesting. On top of that, we are also doing the compounding, so everything goes a lot faster. Again, in order to get closer to this particular team, so we mentioned also in last week's news report that there is on the website a Zoom link that you can always go in and join. If you're not part of this yet, you can just ask us for a link, and you can have a session with them. So even though you have not signed up with the Elevate Pass yet, so just let us know, send us an email. It's Monday at 8 p.m. and Thursdays at 1 p.m. So it'll give you a good chance to meet the team. There will normally be the CEO plus one or two more in there. And now we're coming to some of the highlights here. So definitely when it comes to profits. So SAPP and Sapphire, overall return on investment slightly down, and we're talking about a single percent maybe over a year. So we have been in the 54-55% mark. It's just dropped about 1%. So that means the share masternoding is still okay. So 33.6% was last week, and this week it's 34.88. So we're still talking about 1.2%, 1.3% on a weekly basis. But where things have really been moving here lately is the overall coin development. We already set an all-time high last week with the 217%, but look, this week we have passed 252% now. So that is absolutely great news. So that's what we're talking about when we're saying don't just hold your coins, but actually have them work. So don't wait for the coin development to hit in, because obviously on top of this, we have the 34% more coins that we would have had otherwise. So either with shared masternoding or staking. So very good news for us. We are very, very happy with the development here. And the same goes for the PNY. So the overall return on the investment for the PNY continues to drop a bit. So before it was just below the 300. Now we're in the mid-range of the 250, 260. At the moment, it's still quite higher percentage, obviously, per year. But the share masternoding has still gone from 175 to 189. So we are still looking about 14% per week, which is obviously still massively good. Overall coin development at an all-time high. So definitely everything is on the move at the moment, from 51% last week and now up to 78%. So hard not to be pleased with those numbers. The other numbers that is quite out of this world here is Lumixbit. This is the second video that we send out, so over the weekend. And we just wanted to tell everybody, to inspire people, that we actually made more than 500% profit in just 6.5 weeks since we started off with Lumixbit. Obviously people have asked, okay, how did you do this? Because a certain percentage is high, but obviously not that high. And this is a combination of building your team, making sure you support your team also, so they bring people in and you get a certain profit from that. And the other part is obviously that you have to use part of that profit plus your own to reinvest. And that's basically where we got to a bit over 500%. And these are actually already old numbers. We have moved on in the past week. Lumixbit is definitely on the rise. And we just took a couple of packages. These are USD packages that we have started off with. As you can see, many are open, and there's even more that we can't really cover all in this screen. But the first ones are the lowest ones, where we normally have a variable percentage day by day, Monday to Friday, between 0.7 and 1.2%. And these packages, depending on when you started, of course, and when you finished, they are lying at the lowest one, as you can see here, is 0.97% average per day over those days, and the highest one is 1.36. So these are massively good numbers again, and obviously as you get money out, you can reinvest it. As long as you have minimum $50, you can buy a new pack and then you get certain percentage again. And that is how you accelerate your investment. And because of this team building part here also, we sent out a post earlier this week that we have become executive supervisor. That means our team has now put together more than $300,000, and we had a total partner pool of 119. Sorry to say, but these numbers are already old. So despite them only being 4 or 5 days old, so we have grown since, and so have the teams. Very, very interesting company at the moment, and we obviously want to share more with you in the very near future. So we are working on a couple of projects to make sure that you get further insights to Lumixbit, and we will obviously keep you informed of that. The last part is the trading balance. So last week we mentioned here that you can now see the live trading. What we also find quite interesting is the trading balance for the company itself. And you can see the development of it within the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days. And they're all very good and positive numbers, means that profits are rising also for the company itself. And that is obviously good comfort to all the investors. We have more good news. AI marketing, even though we had technical issues in the background, so the first 16 days of February, we are now looking at 15.99%, and that also should end up somewhere around the 30% mark for all our bots. We do have a couple of the bots that are actually doing better. Remember, we have 5 bots that are all working. They're working on different marketing strategies, on different budgets. And one of them has already passed 30%. I think it was 32 last. And the estimated where that is going to end up could be as close as 65 to 70% mark. So heavy investments on some of the bots, but overall it looks like more than 30% again for this particular month. So looking good, looking sharp. And we have some news. So after a couple of weeks where we've been waiting for news from the AI marketing and the team leaders here, they were supposed to meet up on the 1st of February. Then they were supposed to meet up on the 8th of February, but unfortunately due to illness, so it wasn't possible. So the meeting just took place here on the 15th, and we have a new PDF that you can download on our website as usual. It's already uploaded, so go and have a look at it. It is a bit long, so with a lot of questions, and there's good parts in here. So basically that the advertising budget is getting picked up, and it's getting picked up a lot faster than we first expected. The previous deadline here was the 25th, and I think right now we are only 4 or 5 days behind on picking up the marketing budgets, which obviously help again create even more revenue and profits at the end of the day. They have turned into a bit of an issue here. Apparently there's some either within the AI marketing group, so the investors themselves, or people that wanted to disrupt the business here, has gone back to the aggregators, or also the people that AI marketing work with, so the different businesses, and have told them that they are not getting paid. So obviously this has created a bit of an issue. We are not exactly sure how that's going to affect the entire business, but definitely that could not be taken as a positive sign. We hope to get this sorted very, very soon. So the bots are working, but again, don't invest anything from the outside still. Wait until we give you the all clear. And the all clear also comes from the profit receiver. So this is Expert Forex, profit retriever here. Expert Forex and Alex released that one last week. And over the weekend, he then told us that there was going to be an increase in the price. He basically noticed the other companies, what they were doing and what prices they had. And now the price has gone up. Luckily, we managed to get in before the price rose that much. but these are the new prices, so new clients have to pay $450. Existing clients and YouTube subscribers, $225. And then the premium forum members, $180. So obviously it's still a good deal. We still have to do testing on this particular robot before we'll come out with any further info on this. So, but it's definitely a robot that a lot of people within the premium forum like. They seem to be getting out a lot of profit of it, and obviously we want to see if we can do the same thing. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. As you can see, there is plenty of profits, plenty of investment opportunities. So by all means, go and have a look at our website, go and familiarize yourself with those, see if there's anything that you would like to be in on. And if you have any questions, by all means, send us an email, and we'll be happy to help and answer any questions you have. So for now, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.